Now try to understand. So this is what a kind of an informatica designer, right? So if you look at this designer, okay, the kind of a top, you can see D, right? In D, and it's mentioned like Informatica Power Center Designer Start page. The bottom, no, I'm talking about the top. Okay,
Yeah, here.
right. Can you check like a quickly? Maybe let me see. Request to remote control and to side by side mode view. Where is the request remote control? Okay, I request this thing. Can you give that access? Did you get anything?
Yeah, I have uploaded.
Fine. Now I can access. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you see this thing, right? So basically, there are four different kind of tools. One is designer, other one is a workflow manager, and other one is a workflow monitor. Okay. The first one is a repository manager. So first thing, what I'm going to do is first you need to understand so different kind of things as part of the tool. So the first thing is first you go to the services always, okay, to make sure your Informatica is up and running. So these are the services like whatever the software you install on your machine, right? So all those softwares will be installed on this specific services path. Okay. So if you look at this thing, right here, Informatica service is up and running. So can you see this thing? See restart and it's showing as in a running stage. So sometimes Informatica will show like this, but when you refresh it, right, it will go off. Okay, always make sure, okay, refresh this once before making sure your Informatica service is up and running. That's the first thing. Now, let's go to the start, and I would like to show you another one. So this is what Informatica administration homepage. Okay, let's try to log into that. Normally, this is what like the thing needed for the admins, not for you, but just to have a look, right? Just try to open this thing where you can see all repository services, integration services, and what kind of a node you are working on, and even like what kind of a code page you are working on. Where I mean, those are the kind of key things normally admins supposed to understand. Are you getting any kind of any? Okay. Any idea what is that username you have used to connect to the designer? That's okay. Just a sec. Let me check. As I logged in, it will not show you this. No, something different. Just a sec, guys. Yes, Satya. Yeah, thanks, Satya. So if you look at this thing right now, this is what kind of a kingdom for the informatic admins. Like, so what they will do is, first of all, they will try to monitor, okay, is everything is running stage or not. There are two activities you can do to monitor this thing. Either I can do from the services or from here also I can monitor. The left side, you can see, right, domain we discussed. For every installation, you will have one domain. Okay, as this is your individual missions, you are having only one node, that is a gateway node. If you look at this node, right, you can understand everything. Okay, what is your host name? Host name is mission name. So if you want to know like what is your host, this is very, very important, guys. You need to understand the host name. For your mission, this is like, I mean, for Satya's mission is mentioned as a laptop 0A F0SEQ. Okay. If you want to know like your, what is your actual host mission, okay, this is the way to understand that. Normally we'll put like a CMD, right? So for any mission, just type host name. The same thing is listed here. Okay. So SEQ, and this is the port number. But in the real time, you are going to have this on an Informatica server. All the Informatica servers, normally 90% of the Informatica server will be on the Linux servers. Okay, there also you have to collect this information and you have to get the access for that one, because you're supposed to place the files on the specific things. Okay, the specific servers or directories. Okay, always remember that point. That is what the first thing you need to understand. Where is your Informatica server? Because to connect to your log files, to connect to your source files, to connect to your target files, you need to have that path and you need to have that server access. Okay, so this is what your repository service. So where your repository service is built, it might be built on some kind of a database, right? So what is the database? The database is Oracle. And what is your connection string? ORCL. If you really want to see your metadata, right, you can go to this database and you can see. Okay, and this is what your integration service, and this is what your license. Normally whatever the license he provided, the Virabhav provided, right, this is a license. Normally it's kind of a training license. That's the reason it will never expire. But in the real time, right, normally this, there is an expiry date for every license. And remember, for Informatica Power Center, there is no more extensions on this license. Everyone has to migrate to the IACs. Okay, so maybe very soon Informatica Power Center might go down and the everything will be going to be covered in the IACs. That's the reason IACs is coming of a coming just like in a kind of a replacement tool for Power Center. But there are so many projects are dependent on the Power Center, so you don't have to worry about any kind of a place. I mean, job openings are even on the Power Center also. But the future is IACs. Fine. Now let's move on to our development part. Any questions on this one? Now let's look into the first thing. Normally when you join in a project, right, what you need your own folder, right, and you need to have a kind of in a place where you have to build this code. Okay, so that's the reason we are trying to build it in a separate folders for every person. Now I don't want to see this folder, Abhi. Okay, why? So maybe it's kind of in a old folder, or like a, maybe I don't have any kind of a metadata. Hey, do you need this thing, this folder, Satya? Do you have any important thing? You can put a message, yes or no, that's it. Oh, for everything you need this control, right? That's okay. I'll do one thing, Satya. So just a sec. Are you able to access this notepad? Oh, you need this folder. Perfect. That's enough for me. Now try to see how I can delete the folder. Okay, go to the folder, delete. That's it. And remember, normally you cannot do this activity in the real time. Okay, because first of all, you don't have an access also. Don't worry about that. But even though if you are having an access, don't try to delete the folders. I just deleted the folder so that like there is an empty panel for you to build the things. Now try to build a folder. Go to folder, create. Okay, what I'm doing, it's like Vrcampus lab. Okay, now OS profile. So there is nothing specific on this one. Only the specific part over here is the kind of a shortcut. The shortcut means what happens is in your project, okay, there are like 100 people are working, right? Or like 10 people are working. For everyone, I cannot ask them to get this source or like get their target or like do that. What I will do being a coordinator, I'll bring everything and I'll put it in one shortcut folder. Whatever the changes I have to do, I'll do the changes on the shortcut folder, and rest of all the places, all these 100 developers, whatever they are bringing in, right, from these shortcuts, everywhere it is going to be reflect. I'm going to put it in simple way. I'll place all my sources and targets in one shortcut folder. Every developer has to take the sources or targets from that shortcut folder. In future also, if in case of any changes on those tables, so obviously where I'm going to do the change, I need not to go to the each and every developer to do the change. Only in shortcut folder, I'll do the change. Everywhere it will reflect. Okay, that is what beauty of the shortcut. But for now, I'm not going with this thing. Next, permissions. Again, it's admin task. You are not going to worry about this thing. So right now, this folder is having an administrator access. Okay, so that is a native thing. But if you want to create any new users, okay, based on your LDAP settings, you can add that users also. You can change a kind of an owners. Okay, fine. Now my folder got created. Once this folder is created, right, automatically this will reflect in everywhere. Okay. Now, only thing to reflect it back, just disconnect and reconnect. See, the old one is gone, the new one came. Now, what we have to do? Expand this thing. If I need to expand this thing, what I have to do? Right click on open. Or I'll show another one. Disconnect. Okay, if you want to disconnect, disconnect. So now again, I'm trying to open this thing. See, when I open this thing, this canvas will be opened, or else it's just like it's kind of an informative page. That's it. Now even I can do this one. Double click. See, it's open. Now try to understand different aspects in this canvas. On top, you can see repertory, edit, view, tools, layout, versioning, sources. Okay, forget about this thing for now. Second line, Vrcampus underscore lab. What does this means? Basically, I am working under so and so folder. Okay, that folder is kind of in my folder where my code is exist. Right now, these things. So this panel is like a kind of blocking my view, or this one is blocking my view. If I click on the left thing, right, it will go off. Okay, if I want it back, just click on this thing. The bottom one also. Okay, because this is kind of a notification window. I don't want this thing. Okay, then just click on this one. It will be gone. Okay, if you click on this thing back, it will come back. So there are like multiple things I cannot show now itself, because even if I show also, you don't remember. We'll go one by one based on the usage. Now, the first thing is I have to bring my sources, right? Where are my sources? So normally when you are doing this lab, you should understand what is your source and what is your target. So to work on my sources, I need to do on the source analyzer. To work on my targets, just click on this thing, target analyzer. Okay, sorry, target designer. To click on like maybe the transformations, I can click on this transformation. See, automatically they all are activated. If I need to work on like a maplets, okay, it's a different concept, but I will explain. And if I need to do or build any mapping, I have to click on this one. Always remember source, target, transformation, maplet, mapping. No need to worry in remembering these things, because day to day you're gonna work on these things only. And maybe in like a 1 or 2 days you'll get used to this canvas. Okay, don't worry how to remember all these things. Only you have to worry about doing a practice. Maybe first 1 or 2 days you will feel little bit difficult where to click, where not to. But trust me, you have to work on to remember these things. Without that, you cannot do a single operation in the project. Okay, everything is going to have a, because once you get to the project, right, you need to have two things. One is you need to have a tool in your brain, and second thing is you need to have a logic. Okay, because like the functional logic is more complex than your tool you can google, but functionality you cannot google, right? So that's the reason, first of all you need to familiar with the tool in a clear way, so that even if you tell someone else, hey, how I need to do this business logic, then the user, the support guy can help you just by explaining or like giving a hint, so that you can go and implement that. So but like for him, if he is supposed to write a logic or something, right, then it is going to be very very difficult for you to explain also. Okay, because the business logic is different, and converting the business logic into technical thing is different. Unless you know the technical thing, you cannot even explain him. Okay, always remember this point clearly. So that's the reason, please practice this thing every day. Okay, once you practice it, right, okay, only the part what you need from your support is how to convert that business logic into technical thing. That's it. Okay, clear, right? Now what I will do is I'll take a little pause here. Meanwhile, I'll try to share the content, like the source files and target files. Just a second. uh, Hope I'm not in your mission. Okay. And what are the source systems you're having? What is the database you're having, Satya? And
Hello.
yes, Satya.
So Oracle.
Okay. So I'm assuming everyone is having Oracle only. Satya, what is your email ID?
SSN Reddy
Never
1994.
mind. I do have it.
Yeah, the same ones.
So what I will do is I'll forward this email. Just try to open this, everyone. And I'm sorry, I just have like only these 5 guys details. And every day I'm sharing the form only to this 5. Who are not having just let me know. I can send the details. Okay, now let's go back to your machine. Guys, I will not take much time, just like 7 more minutes. I'll try to wrap up this. Okay, now to explain this, right? Hope you can see my screen, right? I mean, Satya's screen, everyone, right? Guys. And even this, is recording, right, Satya, from your end? Can you see that? Any recording option?
I don't think it's recording, sir.
Okay, fine. Please ask. Okay, now can you try to record this?
It's recording, but we can't see the screen.
Right, that is what I believe. So, okay, can you try to click on record again?
No, sir, it's recording in cloud already. No, it's
Okay.
recording in the system as well.
That's okay. Yeah, as long as it's recording in cloud, that's perfectly fine. Okay. Now, did you download this thing?
No, sir, not yet.
See, there are like 3 things. One is source sequels, target sequels, and flat files. Flat files is a kind of files. Basically, these are kind of source systems. Okay, they are like a different kind of files. I'll show you. Okay, so let me open the flat files. These are the different flat files. Basically, all these are your source systems only. Each file is having a valid data. Okay, so you don't have to build any kind of a lab, okay, or like any kind of a temporary workouts to perform your labs. So everything is listed, and just you have to follow a kind of a process to load the data into your dimensions and fact tables. Okay, and the next thing, the source scripts. If I open this thing, right, you will see all SQL queries like the DDLs to build the tables, to build the data, everything.
We're unable to see the screen.
Really? Can you share your screen now? Shashank, we cannot hear you. No. Satya, basically you have to share your screen.
Sir, it's hello.
Uh-huh.
Sir, it's sharing only. Yeah. You go to the control panel here.
Okay. See, basically I cannot
Here.
share the screen. I got it. But like you supposed to see, maybe Satya, you can share your screen.
Yeah, sir, it's being on shared only, sir.
Right. But like someone
Can
saying
you?
they cannot share the
Yeah.
screen.
I don't think. I think.
Okay. Shirisha, can you confirm once? Are you able to see this page where I can see flat files, source script, target
Yeah,
script? Right?
yeah.
Fine. I don't know, like someone, can you come again? Whoever not able to see the screen?
Go in there. I cannot see.
Okay, which screen you are able to see now? So you are not able to see any screen like from others. Maybe you have to go to that WebEx page.
I'm sorry.
You have to go to the WebEx page.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now the first mapping, right? So maybe you can rejoin because we just have 3 more minutes. So I'll try to wind it up. So first I will try to show you like how to get the source and how to get the target and how to build the mapping. Okay, and Govind, like for you, right? So maybe you can refer to this recording.
Yeah, okay. I'm able to see now.
Oh, okay, fine. So now let's go back. Just a second. Not sure where I'm controlling this.
Able to see now. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. And I'm trying to get back to my mission. So what we have to do is we have to load the data from payment data to stage payment. Okay, that is what our goal. Now let's go back. Anyway, I don't need like this design, I mean the reporter manager. So I'm just clicking on, closing it basically. I only need to deal with the design. So first thing is I need to bring my source. What is my source? Payment information. Okay. So for that, how you are going to get the data? First, go to the source analyzer. Go to sources, import from flat file. Why? Because my source is a flat file. How you are going to get the data? Where is my data? This data is available in my computer OS, maybe downloads, right? Users. Maybe let me do one thing to simplify this. Okay, maybe.
Hello.
Yep. So
No,
C
sir. Please
users
continue.
AMCRE. Okay, fine.
I think we have to change the file type to some other thing. Then I think we can get
No,
it.
that's okay. That's okay. So okay, so these are my lab file. No, something got wrong. select like all files. No, that is not a file, right? It's a directory. Oh, maybe I didn't unzip this. See, your screen is not properly visible. It's very difficult to understand. Maybe that black and white thing, right? So, okay, fine. Now I extracted all the files. Now let's go back. Go to sources, step 1, import from flat file. The reason why it didn't show up last time is it's a zip file, whatever we are trying to load. Now flat files. Okay, again, select like all files. Okay, now these are the files. After doing all this, since I forgot what is my source. Now let's go back my screen. Anyone remember what I was talking about? It's payment, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now, yeah, I know it's a little bit difficult to go back and forth to my screen to the screen. Maybe tomorrow I'll come up with my own mission. Now, here, very, very, very important, these properties. First thing, what kind of a file is mine? I'm sorry, guys. Today, like I'll take like 5 minutes, 10 minutes extra. Bear with me. So this is a delimited file. Okay, the 2 comma delimited file. Okay, and what is that file name? File name is like this kind of a payment, right? Enter a name for this source. Still, I can change the name. Okay, I can put like a proper name for this one. Right now, it's showing is like the default one. So payment underscore ff, that is flat file. So start importing at a row. See, first row is my header, right? So what I'm saying, import field names from the first line. So means always the column names has to come from the first line. Now the data will come from the second line. Okay, always remember these are very, very crucial. Files will be 2 different files, delimited, fixed width. Okay, always make sure if you are having a headers, right? Always make sure this is checked. Next. Okay, the rest of things I don't want to change anything. I'll take it as it is. Now I got my source. Control yes is a save, or go to repository, click on save. Okay, it's already been saved. That's the reason it will give you a warning. Now my next action is I need to get a target. Here something is masked. Okay, but anyway, so I don't know whether I'm bringing a source or target. Anyway, I'm in a target designer. Definitely, it's going to be a target only. Now it will ask drivers because I never built any kind of a drivers. So looks like he already built one driver, that is Oracle. But in the real time, right, even your admin will build this driver. For example, I don't know like what is my driver. Okay, I want to build my driver. You can add this driver by clicking on add. For now, he already added that one. I don't want to go into that. Any idea what is your database username and password? Maybe Scott Tiger. Always system is kind of a core schema.
Password is tiger.
Hello.
Yeah.
So system, yeah, system and type. Yeah.
Okay. Now, but did we build our tables over here? No, right? Because our table is different, stage underscore payment. So what you have to do, you have to go to the database. Okay, I'm assuming you connect to the system only. So where is this table? Create table, stage. What is the table name? Anyone remember?
Payment.
Payment, right? So, but this table, right? Whatever I'm in the file, whatever I opened, basically that file is a kind of a target files. But what I need, sorry, source files. What I need is a target script. I don't know, is it a system problem or something? It's a little slow. Maybe I'm thinking this black and white screen is like a I'm not used much. Maybe there's a reason I think. Stage payments. But sometimes we have to try this kind of thing so that your mind will get trick. Or else we will go in a same
Sir,
mode.
if you want, I can change the theme, sir.
That's okay, man.
Dark theme.
Just no, just matter of 5 more minutes. That's okay. As long as you are comfortable, go with that. Okay, let me search. Okay, so now frankly speaking, you can run all these statements in one go. Okay, so no need to do like a search one by one. As this is the first time, I'm just trying to explain in the detailed fashion. Okay, here I'm having the table, right? So create table, the syntax, whatever is there, just try to put it in your database. Oh, I think you're already in the database. So can you able to execute this thing? Basically, I don't see that execute. How come?
Sir, I think we didn't open database yet. Yeah, there we are.
So connection.
No.
As the first time, guys, definitely take some time. Okay, don't get bored and don't quit. Okay, you're supposed to be familiar with all these things. Tiger, right? The password. Okay.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello. Yeah, Chaitanya, I think I have this Oracle here once.
Oh, whatever we are doing in a MySQL then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can you open that?
I have it. Yeah, I have it on my desktop.
It is Oracle, then your life is going to be much simpler because all these queries built for Oracle, not for the MySQL. Fine. So now you connect with the ORCL.
Yes. Yeah.
Fine. I believe like even your driver also with the same thing, right? Maybe just for today, I'm just like executing this thing. Maybe tomorrow I'll try to build a proper structure for everyone. Okay, we need to have a separate schemas. We need to have a separate area where you can place your files, where you can get your tables and everything. Okay, just for today, we'll go with your general setup, whatever is defaultly available. Now get the target table. Blindly clicking. I don't know where I'm clicking because I cannot see that. Fine. Oh, no, I got it now. But it go. Oh, don't click, Satya.
And no.
Okay, now I'm connected to the system. Just now I created one table. Stage payment, right? And don't think this table is already exist. Okay, just now I created and save it. Now I brought my source. Okay, and I brought my target. Now my task is to build a mapping. So to build a mapping, I have to go to the mapping designer. Now go to mapping, create, always use a meaningful name, m underscore. What is the table name? Stage payment. Click on OK. Now, where my sources and targets are getting saved, the metadata will get stored on the left side of these folders. Okay, as this is a flat file, it will be saved as a flat file folder. So just click and drag it. When I'm dragging it, you can observe there are two components are coming into the mapping pan. So the first one is a source. Okay, the second one is a source qualified transformation. This is a default transformation which comes along with the source. Okay, for relational objects as well as the flat files. Now bring the target table. Fine. Now I brought my source, and when I'm trying to bring my source, even the source qualifier came in, and even the target. Now try to open the source qualifier to see what exactly is this thing. As I told you, first one and the last one is not that much important because first one is general information. Okay, and if you look at the ports, right now this port, whatever the payment ID, it's an input port as well as output port. Okay, even the payment description also input port as an output port, and the precision is 10 for this one and the scale 0, and even for this one decimal and this 3 and 0. Okay, and properties, as this is a flat file, most of the properties are disabled. Okay, you cannot do anything for the flat files. So for only for a relational object, all these things are enabled. We will see when relational objects comes into the picture. So the rest of things no need to worry. So now my job is what? Payment ID, whatever is coming from the source, I need to send it to the target. So just click on it and drop on payment ID. For the first time, you might face some difficulty, but like as you're doing like multiple times, right? You will be used to this thing. Okay, now save this. The bottom, basically in the bottom, you can see your mapping is valid or not. See, here is a valid. Just a sec, guys. So now my mapping is ready. Now what I have to do, I have to build the session for this thing. For that, you should go to the workflow manager. The W is the workflow manager from here. Now the same structure will open. Okay, no need to worry about this thing. Normally the sessions will be created in the task developer, right? So this is what task developer. And the next one and next one we'll discuss later. For now, just focus on the task developer. So to build any task, right, you have to go to the task tab on top. Click on task menu item, click on create. Even the tasks also you have to give the name combination as S underscore. Normally we'll give the mapping name. Okay, create. Now it will show you which mapping this session is supposed to get associated with. This is the session. Click on done. Now again, once you build this thing, right, now you have to configure a few things like the session configuration, like the source information and target information. Now for this session, what will be the source? Okay, the source is a kind of a flat file, right? For the flat file, you're supposed to mention the path. Where is this file is located? There are a lot of things to learn, but like maybe one by one we'll go, because one day like we cannot remember everything. The source file directory, you're supposed to mention the path of your server. So as is your personal mission, you can mention this path, but in the real time, right, this path is going to be the directory of source file path where your Informatica got installed. Now, as of now, this is what the path. Okay. Now, what I will say is try to rename this, because flat and space files, right? It might error out. Okay. So that's the reason I just put like underscore flat files. Even here also I have to change that. Lab files for this one. Just rename this. Is it a zip one or an unzip one? Okay. Now it makes sense. And again, I'm going back. Okay, just to make sure, replacing it. Fine. That is what my source. Come into target. Okay, I need to have the connection here. So of course, I do have like a ORCL connection. That's perfectly fine. Someone already built it. If someone don't build this thing, right, we have to build the connection. So how? You have to do like this. You have to build the connections. Okay. Tomorrow anyway, I'll build the connections. I have to build the new schemas and everything. For now, always make sure it's a normal load. Even I'll explain why. Okay. And make sure always the staging tables are kind of a truncated load. Means every time you load the data, right? First you delete the data, exist data, then load. Click on OK, save it. Again, the bottom panel is, it will show you whether it's valid or not. Okay. So what I will do, go to task, validate it. It's a valid. Now my job is to run this session. Okay, third step. For that, go to workflow, create WF underscore stage underscore payment underscore load. Normally it has to be WF underscore your session name. Okay, and make sure your integration service is pointed to the right one. Okay, this is very important. Click on OK. Now my next job is bring that session onto this canvas and use a link task to link both of these. Okay, save it. Now I need to run this. To run this also, I have to go to workflow, start workflow. Now to observe the results, what exactly happening, right? Monitor automatically will open up. But if in case, if it is not opening up, right, what you have to do? You have to click on monitor M. Now my job got succeeded. Guys, from the day one itself, try to understand your resume is supposed to have multiple roles. Okay, as part of the Informatica experience, right? You can work in a project just like in a developer, like what I did just now, or maybe you can work like in a production support analyst. Normally, production support analyst will do these kind of activities. Every day, he will try to observe how many jobs got succeeded and how many jobs got failed. If a job got succeeded, how many records it's processed. What is the throughput? Very, very important. Throughput, number of records per second. So now how many records is processed? From the source, 5 records, from the into the target, 5 records. Okay. Now how you're going to validate this thing? Try to open the file manually. Okay. Payment is the first one, right? Open the file. Okay. Try to understand this file in detail. So this is what my file. Payment ID, payment type description, 205 lease, 210 cash, 215 bank. Now go to the target. Is this information came properly or not? That is what you have to check. Select star from. Right. So, and guys, please try to practice the sequence from today itself. Daily 10 sequels at least. See, now look at the data. Data properly populated. 205 lease, 210 cash, 215 bank draft. The same mentioned in the flat file also. Right? Both are matching, right? This is what your unit testing. Normally, you have to do this unit testing in your projects. And then you have to prepare documentation. That's how you have to build a mapping and session, then workflow, and then unit testing. Any questions till now?
Hello.
Okay. Guys, I know I took like almost like 20 minutes extra. So yes, any questions?
Yes, Chetan. Can you explain once the session thing? I mean, there are many properties in the session. I'm unable to understand it.
So this is a session. So here, when I come to the properties, right? So basically, there are a lot of properties I cannot explain even now because if I put up so many things, right? First thing is you have to make a practice of building a mapping and executing it. Okay, we'll discuss one by one later. Okay,
Yeah,
but like only
okay.
one thing is what you have to understand to build the basic mapping is first is source qualifier, the path assignment. As this is a flat file, right? You have to go to this place like mapping, source qualifier, select this one, then you will see the path, source file directory and the source file name. That's it. This source part is done. Same way, target is a relational object. For that, you have to choose the connection. What are the connection?
Okay.
You have to choose that. Then this is a kind of property. Okay, you can leave it as blank, bulk also, but I'll explain why you have to choose normal. Okay, and truncate table because it is a stage table. Everywhere, normal stage is a truncate and load. Okay, so these are the key things what I try to explain today. I understand there are so many properties. Okay, but we have to go one by one.
Yeah, okay, Chetan.
Any other questions, team? Okay, if not, I'll wind up the session and Satya, try to see like where it has been recording. Okay.
Yeah. I
Once you
will.
close it, right? Normally we'll get. I believe like I can see that. I do have the control. But anyway, just give a chance from your end. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, guys. Thanks. Thanks for your support today. Yep. Bye bye.
Thank you, JP. Bye.